Hi, welcome to the EverSmart City channel. My name is Sophia Olivas, CEO of EverSmart City.
My name is Mark Anthony, co-founder of EverSmart City, and thank you guys for joining us today on our channel. If it's your first time, make sure to like and subscribe and check out our past videos. If you've been with us before, thank you for joining again. And today we're going to talk about the next SDG goal number 8, which is going to be talking about economic development and growth. And so Sophia's going to start us off with some of the stats with the STG, and we're going to talk about however Smart Cities plans to put a dent and make an impact.
Yes, so today is United Nations SDG, and if you don't know what that is, it is the Sustainable Development Goals, and we're talking about number 8, which is about promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth and employment and decent work for all. So, sustaining and inclusive economic growth can drive progress, create decent jobs for all, and also improve living standards. COVID 19, once again, has disrupted billions of lives and endangered the global economy. And the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, expects a global recession as bad or worse than it was in 2008, 2009. And as job losses escalate, the International Labor Organization estimates that nearly half of the global workforce is at risk of losing their livelihoods. And this is in addition to those that lost their jobs during the first few months of the pandemic and throughout the first year. And even before the outbreak of COVID 19, 1 in 5 countries, home to billions of people living in poverty, were likely to see per capita incomes that stagnated or declined in 2020. And now that the economic and the financial shock associated with COVID 19, such as disruptions to the industrial production, the falling commodity prices, the financial market volatility, and the rising insecurity, and in addition to the last couple of weeks, the massive rise in gas prices, which have also reduced the agriculture that's being produced because of the gas prices. I mean, it's affecting everything and it's derailing an already tepid economic growth, and it's compounding heightened risks from other factors. So, what we want to talk about is how we at EverSmart City are in alignment with providing decent work and economic growth. All right.
So we have a pretty unique stance because we're going to be creating a community with 300 homes, and we're going to be doing it in the form of almost like a community land trust or a mobile home park, in the sense where the land is owned by the community, but the individual units, the homes themselves, are going to be owned by the people, and they're going to lease the land from the community. So these 200 of the 300 homes are going to include a business, a storefront. So if you can see in our background photo, you can kind of see these containers where it says BOX. Those are kind of representing a little bit what the container is going to look like, in the sense of where we're going to be able to stack them, put them together in different orientations, depending the size of the home, from a studio all the way to a 4-bedroom home. But they're also all include commercial storefront space on the ground floor, and that will also be owned by the tenant of the 200 lots that we're going to be having available for live workspace business owner operators. So this enables people to own a commercial storefront and their residence all in one unit in one place, instead of essentially leasing or owning your residence where you live, and then as a small business owner having to find a commercial space to lease or buy or operate, maybe even like things like a food truck, or people who even do vendor events. I know in Phoenix we see a lot of people putting up tents in parking lots and selling stuff. So we're providing a unique opportunity and an affordable housing and an affordable commercial space opportunity for small business owners and entrepreneurs, which is uh, um, a really unique. Planning this structure for quite some years now, and just in the middle of this of our planning, something happened called COVID, and at January 1st, 2020. Um, about 34% of small businesses closed across America due to COVID. We all know what that looked like. And 99.9% of businesses in America are small businesses, essentially. And they take up or they account for up to 47% of America's workforce, both owner operators and then people who also work for small businesses. So it was a huge um, adjustment everybody had to make in America since COVID, and we're providing this very unique opportunity that allows small businesses and entrepreneurs to not only own a home, but also a commercial space that is also theirs too, all in one affordable housing, essentially mortgage or loan or payment plan, and being able to lease the land underneath them and living in the community with the staking rewards and different incentivization rewards that we've talked about in our other videos, being able to offset the cost of living in the community to create it even more affordable and even make it a higher chance for success for these small businesses to thrive, knowing that our goal with EverSmart City is to provide all of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, being shelter, electricity, water, food, um, and community, that they'll be able to now be able to focus on their purpose or their passion, which is their business or service, and helping them by collaborating with incubators and accelerator programs to help them grow their business, because we've all heard the statistic about 90% of small businesses go out of business or don't make it through the first 5 years. Through our incubator and accelerator collaboration programs and the SBA and SCORE office, we'll be helping these small businesses get through that first 5 year hump, pretty much creating an environment for them to better succeed, to creating a safety net of support around them, essentially. And on top of these small businesses, we're going to be providing over 1,000 jobs in each community for people that are working in the community, in terms of community management, from people working in the community, driving carts around, shuttling passengers from one part of the community to the other, at the front desk or front office, welcoming guests in and helping people get acclimated into the city, from people in the residential side of the back office, helping the residents, pay their lease, their needs, all the different jobs, as well as building the homes, transporting the homes, and the development and building of the city. Each city will have over 1,000 different jobs that it will provide. Um, so that's our model. So that's in every community that we build going forward, there'll be 1,000 new jobs provided. So we also collaborate with a bunch of other companies that does services such as CRM, sales funnels, bookkeeping software, tax planning, like I said, bookkeeping, to keep uh, all these different collaborations to kind of help these businesses get really deep discounts, making it easier, and pretty much increasing their chance to succeed, and give them more of a ability to now focus on their craft and their skill and their passion, and less so
And to
much
thrive.
over different aspects of building a business, where uh, being a small business or even a startup, trying to learn how to wear every hat, and really just help them focus on what they love most. I believe Sophia
So
has some statistics.
let me sprinkle in some statistics. Let's talk about some of these statistics. In 2015, startups created over 2 million jobs in the US alone, and 95% of entrepreneurs have at least a bachelor's degree. That was actually shocking to me because we keep hearing about people starting it in, I think that that's an old statistic because a lot of people are finding that it doesn't make sense to go pull out basically a small mortgage to get educated so that you learn how to make somebody else rich in the hopes that when you're 65 you can still hike Machu Picchu, and that your education's failing you. So I'm kind of a little leery about how old that 95% of entrepreneurs must have at least a bachelor's degree. But a 2008 study shows that a 60-year-old is 3 times as likely to build a successful startup than a 30-year-old. However, we're going to see some amazing technology coming out of COVID because people were at home and allowed to let their creative genius juices flow. The ratio of men entrepreneurs to women entrepreneurs in 2019 was 10 to 7. Ladies, you've got to get in there. In 2016, 69% of US entrepreneurs started their businesses at home. That was in 2016. Guess what that number is going to be in 2020 to 2022? In the US, it only takes an average of 6 days to start a business in the US. But I will also tell you, that's if you're taking the long route, because if you just open up a web page, you've just gone global pretty much, and it would take maybe 30 minutes. And 66% of small businesses will outsource services to other small businesses. That right there shows collaboration and what's going on, and how much further you can go and how much you can leverage other people's knowledge and resources by collaborating like that. And the outsourcing, the gig economy, it's the way to go. It allows people to remote work, have their work fit their lives instead of having their lives fit where they work. That's something that I really hope that companies in the world learns from isolation and from COVID, is that the majority of jobs where applicable, we do not have to work and go into an office, go through traffic, clog up using our cars and spend that extra time in commutes. It's just unnecessary. There are some people that actually like to do that and like to waste time at the water cooler talking and do long lunches. There's people that still like to do that stuff, right? It's just, I hope that people learn that it's not necessary. You actually get more production out of your workers from remote work. And it's been shown and proven time and time again. Happy people, happy workers just make for better workers. So let people be able to work out and figure out their child care and be at home when they need to, and you're just going to get more production work. All right, so do our link things, and I'll close this off with our
Yeah,
stat.
absolutely, guys. You guys love having conversations like this or want to kind of dive deep into the rabbit hole, be sure to join our Discord. We're there all the time, and as well as our community with a bunch of people who love conversations like this and love diving deep into the rabbit hole. So be sure to join our Discord, engage with us, ask some questions, get to know us. We love to see you guys there, as well as on LinkedIn. Make sure to follow us on LinkedIn.
Yes. All right. So we are closing off with some statistics on SDG number 8 for the United Nations. And that's that the pandemic has led to the loss of the equivalent of 255 million full-time jobs. I know around us, when we were driving around, we saw business after business that was closed due to COVID that never reopened again. And some of them have been there for my whole existence in the valley. About 4 times the number lost it during the global financial crisis. So this is more, like 4 times more than the whole global crisis that we had in the last recession. So those are just some statistics to share with you. And thank you so much for joining us. This is EverSmart City, where technology enhances human experience.